And hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, June 3rd. I am Michael Taylor. Welcome to the program. Can you believe we're already in June? We're halfway through the year. Where is the time going? Well, we've got a great show for you. I'll tell you how you can spend the next 30 minutes of your time as we're watching our program right now, right here. We have on the program today from the African American Heritage Club, Annie McCary and Sharon Peet are going to be here talking about Juneteenth event they have coming up. And the National Alliance on Mental Illness, we're going to be talking to Arna Vadonos about how we can help and intervene with people who we think may be having some mental health issues just by talking. Some tips on just how to hear someone who's having some challenges. All right, we want to talk about that later in the show, but right now we have some great Stay Informed for you, and we got a great United Town Hall meeting coming up. It's going to be Friday, June 14th at 2 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center in Clubhouse 3. And you want to get over there. It's just really for residents to come and talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between that's going on in your community. And the board members will be there and hearing those things. Now remember, this is not a meeting of the board, so they're not going to be any votes. They're not going to be able to take any action. But they do like to get together on these meetings and just hear from the residents of the community to find out what's going on, things they may not be aware of. So great time to get out there and let them know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Speaking of our neck of the woods, let's take a look at our weather. And right now in our neck of the woods, we got some cloudy morning clouds out there if you're watching our live shows this morning at 9 a.m. And the clouds are probably going to hang on a little longer. We may not get to 74 degrees today. It might be a little sticky in terms of the clouds, but we'll get into the 70s. And this week, we're going to have a warm-up. As you can see, we are looking for a warm-up later this week. We're going to have some very summer-like temperatures. We're going to love it. But we're going to have those morning clouds pretty much every single morning. And then we'll see how about the early clearing or not, but mostly sunny as we go towards later in the week. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. We have a great picture here from Alan Clark. Thank you very much, Alan. That is the most purpley flower I've ever seen in my life. My goodness. Our sunrise this morning was 5:41. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:58. If you'd like to send us purpley flowers, red, blue, green, and every other color out there, you can send us that. Sunrise, sunset pictures, whatever you got. We'd love to use them. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the photo, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, that's going to do it for us right now. We got some meetings to tell you about. Then when we come back, we're going to be talking to the African American Heritage Club about Juneteenth.
For over 25 years, we have worked hard to make Brilliant Smile the premier dental office in Laguna Woods. We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. There is no need to refer our patients to anybody else. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to the implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
Seniors fear running out of money more than death itself, and the number one mistake you can make is underestimating volatility, which can derail your retirement. For 35 years now, I've coached seniors to financial independence by using two simple rules: never take big losses and create income along the way. It's your financial future. Call now to get a free risk analysis to ensure your investments are protected, and we'll send you our Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
welcome back to the program. We are going to be talking about Juneteenth with the African American Heritage Club. I want to welcome Annie McCary to our program, as well as from the California Club, Sharon Peavy. Thank you.
And
both
also
for
from
joining
the
us.
African American
Yes,
Heritage.
and
And
a member.
yes, of course.
Yes.
Also a member. Usually you're not here representing that all the time. But
I know. That's great.
Great to have you both in. And Annie, tell us just about Juneteenth. Last time you were on the program, we kind of a little glimpse at it, but I want to hear the full boat of what we got going on.
Okay, so this June 15th of this month, we are celebrating our 4th annual Juneteenth celebration, the African American Heritage Club, that is. And so we stay true to our purpose, which is to acknowledge and celebrate the African American contribution to America. So Juneteenth celebration is about spreading more awareness about the freedom of the slaves, which happened June 19th, over 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. So we always like to acknowledge Juneteenth and the contributions that African Americans made, but also celebrate the freedom as a result of everybody being free. And Juneteenth is that symbolism of the last enslaved people being free.
And I think it's interesting that, you know, in our day of electronics and instant communication, that when there's an event goes on, we all know about it at the same time. But the idea that it took so long for that news to travel, and not just to Texas, where the Juneteenth celebration, its origin is, but so many places in the country, like it took that time for that news to travel there and someone to let people know of the emancipation. And it's a very strange concept, right?
Yeah, and like you said, we didn't have internet, and we didn't have Google Maps, and we didn't have Siri. So
Sharon, tell us a little bit about what your involvement has been so far with the celebration and the club.
Well, my husband and I joined, literally, it was the first event we went to when we moved here 2 years
Really?
ago. And we had just found out that our children who had tried to adopt for a decade were adopting an African American baby. And we were so excited. But we wanted to learn more about the heritage. And so we thought this was the perfect club to join. And we went to the first celebration, and then we became members. And so we've been involved for 2 years and absolutely love this club. They are so much fun, but they really every month have a meeting that shares a little bit about their history and their culture, and we're learning so much. And it is a club that is comprised of a variety of ethnicities from Laguna Woods, and we love that too, because then we get to meet everybody, and so it is just the most fabulous club. And what we love about the Juneteenth celebration is, in addition to honoring, which I'll let Annie talk more about, the women who changed history that we're honoring, it's a fun celebration. It's a sit-down dinner dance. And my husband and I are helping with the reservations this year, since we have experience with that through our club.
Oh, sure.
And we're having all the tables assigned in advance so people don't have to stand in line. There'll be a flyer, a large poster on the wall telling them what table they're at and who they're with. And when they reserve, there's a little form. I'm going to put the form up because
we have that form.
Yeah, you have the front with this that talks about it. But the back, they have to send to us to let us know what meal choices they want and who's going to be sitting with them. So we're so excited. We have so many people wanting to be a part of this, and we're here. I'm here to help with that.
And Annie, you know, the education part of the African American Heritage Club, it seems that's really the cornerstone of your club. Yes. I know a lot of them are, you know, jazz club or the music club or those kinds of things are just, you know, maybe dance parties and that kind of thing. But you always bring an element of education to these meetings, right?
Absolutely, and that's basically the purpose and the vision of the club, is to acknowledge, to educate, and celebrate our contributions.
So tell us a little bit about, we're going to be talking about Miss Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth. Explain to folks who she is.
This is an amazing woman. She's age 96 right now. She is the woman that is mainly responsible for collecting all of the signatures, delivering the signatures to the White House, having President Biden sign Juneteenth as a federal holiday.
Right, our newest federal holiday.
Our newest federal holiday, absolutely.
Wow, so she was the person who just made it all happen, right? Got it
She
together?
absolutely, this amazing woman at 86 years old walked 1,400 miles to deliver those signatures to the White House. She walked a little over 2 miles every day, signifying the 2 years that it took for the final news to arrive in Galveston, Texas.
Wow,
so we are
what a
honoring
journey.
her. She really did change history.
That's amazing. And you're also going to be honoring another person there, the award presentation with Dorothy Mulkey.
Yes, Dorothy Mulkey is an Orange County resident who relocated. Her and her family moved to Orange County some years ago, and her family was denied residence in an Orange County apartment complex. She sued the complex. She sued, and she took her case all the way to the Supreme Court. And in that endeavor, she was allowed to get the laws changed because there were laws on the books that supported discrimination.
Right, the redlining, and it was actually written in real estate contracts in some ways.
Absolutely. So her efforts was able to get that law changed. So we are presenting her with an award for her efforts.
Is it hard to believe? I guess it shouldn't be hard to believe. I guess we sadly that those kinds of things still go on in this very day, where there's still those kinds of discrimination in terms of housing and jobs and those kinds of things.
It's not hard to believe, and it's also not surprising because, in my view, and I'm speaking from a personal perspective, right, hatred is such a deep-seated seed, deeply planted seed, that it takes a long time for it to completely abolish itself, or for us as human beings. And we have to be able to feed the hatred, or we have to be able to be willing to uproot it and pull it out in order for us to say, wow, now it is hard to believe that it's still going on. But all you have to do is watch the news, and you see people of color being discriminated against, people of different sexes being discriminated against. So.
Yeah, and Sharon, you like you said, you took the steps to want to get educated and want to understand all of these things. And I think education and getting to know people and being in community is one of those things that breaks down those barriers.
I think so too. And what's so wonderful here about Laguna Woods is we have this huge community of seniors, and seniors deal with issues too.
Oh, sure.
And all the different diversities are all uniting. You know, we have this group, which is fabulous, and then there's a bridge builders group that we're part of as well that helps communicate how we're all more alike than we're different. And so for us, this has been wonderful. And we have so much fun at this club too. They're fun, they meet every month, they do special things, and they really educate as well. And this one formal, well, not formal, it's a dressy attire dinner dance, which is a celebration of this wonderful event. We have an amazing entertainer that's worked with Shaka Khan. She's worked with Stevie Wonder. She's worked with Lionel Richie. Her whole band is fabulous. A great sit-down dinner, and people are going to have a fabulous time celebrating. It's just a celebration, and we're so excited to be a part of it.
That's fantastic. Annie, run us through the whole event one more time before we go.
The event will start off with some, we're going to sing a song, and this song is called Lift Every Voice and Sing, and it's a what's known as a black national anthem. So we'll start with that. We'll have some praise dancing. That's kind of a surprise, and I just spilled the surprise.
It's okay. It'll still be fun.
It'll still be exciting.
And we are going to actually have a formal presentation of the award. One of our club members was able to reach out to Miss Opal Lee, get her permission to give an award in her honor. So we will be presenting that award to Dorothy Mulkey as well.
That's terrific. All right, folks, make sure you get out there. It's going to be Saturday, June 15th, Clubhouse 5. Doors open at 5, dinner's at 6 p.m. Get those reservations if they haven't done that yet. Make sure you fill out the back of the form so you can tell who you want to sit with.
Back of the form, whoever sees that, the form needs to come to us.
Absolutely. Sharon and Annie, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, absolutely, and have a great event. When we come back, we'll be talking about mental health awareness. Stay with us.
I heard that ugly 6-letter word, cancer, and I immediately felt lost. Our team of women's cancer specialists help thousands of women like Naomi navigate and beat cancer.
I didn't want to be treated like a cancer patient, but like a human.
Our advanced imaging, targeted radiation, and minimally invasive surgeries offer positive outcomes that are beating national cancer survival rates.
I've reclaimed the most beautiful four-letter word, life, because I had City of Hope on my side.
Theater Guild presents In Juliet's Garden. Consider this. 5 women challenge their creator, William Shakespeare. Why? Find out on June 18th at Clubhouse 2 in this clever and interactive play with lunch. Cost $28. Register at theaterguildlw.com.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
I want to welcome back to This Day Arna Bedonis, and she is with the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Thank you very much for joining us, and welcome back to the program.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to speak with your residents today.
You know, I was in Boston a couple weeks ago for a graduation event, and there was a giant group. Your organization was there doing a big rally at one of the parks. It was really great. They were all in these blue shirts, and they were doing stuff, and they were doing a little bit of a march. It was really an amazing event to see, and I remember thinking of you. I think, because this is a national organization, so the outreach across the country is certainly there and vibrant.
It's huge, and we like to be everywhere. It's so important to get our mission out there. Mm-hmm. I want to restate our mission of the NAMI Orange County is to provide the emotional support, education, and resources for families and those affected by mental illness. It is so necessary. As you know, we just got through Mental Health Awareness Month in May. And there's so many people that we need to reach, and thank you for giving us the opportunity today.
Absolutely. You know, mental illness is one of those things that I think the United States and many places have struggled with. They used to push people into asylums, into closets. You don't talk about it. It was something you didn't talk about in a family. If someone went to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, it was one of those sicknesses. And I remember my grandfather was in the military, and if you had asked to go see a counselor or something, you were having some challenges, that was pretty much the end of your career. You could get the help, but it was the end of your career. And I think a lot has changed, and I think that awareness has brought it to the table.
Yes, a lot has changed, and we need to be able to speak about it. We need to get comfortable about it, and that is why we have the NAMI Orange County Warm Line. And the Warm Line is a 24/7 compassionate listening service that provides resources. We have peer support specialists waiting to take your calls, and what they're doing is they're listening. There is a tremendous power of compassionate listening. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When was the last time that you were deeply heard?
Right, and that's a real question. That's one of those things where it's like when you feel like I was maybe struggling with something, and I've gone through loss in my life, and those are times, but it's been a lot of years since it was somewhere I just sat down and just really felt heard. You know, it takes someone who is a compassionate listener to do that, right?
That's right. So I'm asking, when were you last really heard, where you felt someone heard you at that deepest level?
And is that the first step, do you think? Is that the first step to someone feeling heard, that they can maybe get that help? Because if they feel like people are pushing them away, then they go inside themselves?
Well, I think there is a tremendous power of compassionate listening. I'd love to share a few points with you.
Sure, absolutely.
First of all, when you're heard, something happens in your brain, number one. There's a connection made to all of humanity. So the truth is, we are all interconnected, and we are not alone. But sometimes, when we're in our thoughts, we feel extremely alone. And the minute you speak to someone who's holding the loving space for you, you have that sense you're not alone and you're connected. And there's another beauty to being heard, is you get to listen to yourself. And by listening to yourself, just talking, it gives you a chance to get a different perspective. You're getting out of your head. Because how many of us out there often get into our thoughts, and our thoughts are telling us all kinds of things, and guess what? They're not true, a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of our thinking becomes catastrophic. It's not necessarily very loving. So when you have a place to go to, like the NAMI Orange County Warm Line, you get a 20-minute, no-cost call, and you get that every 24 hours.
I wanted to ask, you know, when we talk about being heard and,
Yes.
and having that feeling of being heard, a lot of times people are first inclined to maybe try to, I'll help you solve your problem. You know, and this is an inexperienced listener, or there's maybe some judgment comes with hearing that.
Correct.
What are some of the important things about being heard in terms of being that listener?
Yes, first of all, there is no judgment. And guess what? We don't give advice. We know that the person we're listening to has that deep wisdom inside of them. So when we hold a loving space, they can talk about it. They can come to their own answers, because who knows you better to tell you what to do than yourself? We all have inner wisdom. In psychology, we call it a wise mind. It's being able to access that inner wisdom so we get out of our head with our thoughts that many of them are incorrect.
And like you said, a lot of people have that mind chatter going on where there's no release to bounce it off anybody, and that can be a real problem when
Yes.
they don't have that person to just feel heard by.
That is so true, and that's why the practice of mindfulness, being in the present moment, like I'm going to give you a little example.
Okay.
Right now, I'm here present with you. That's all it is. And being present with you in this moment, I can see the visuals here. I can look at you. You know, I can feel the lights here and just be in the moment, but nobody else is here. It's just you and I. Not another thought is in my mind. I can hear the sounds of the studio, the hum. This is how you get very present. I can touch the surface here and see it's very smooth, and that helps ground. This is an exercise. Also, what we'd like to do is breathe in and notice fragrances in the air, and finally taste. So that's actually a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's a genuine, I mean, when you were going through that, I don't want to sound silly, but I was going through that with you in my mind, and it kind of narrowed everything in terms of like, we're just right here. There's nothing else to look at.
No.
I'm not worried about my time cues, which we're almost running out of time.
No.
but I
right.
do want to talk about some of the things that people should do. They should call the number on the screen if they're concerned, if they really feel like they need to talk to someone. And how important is that? Just one final time, how important is it being able to talk to someone?
It's so healing and making that first step. I want everyone out there who's watching today, try it. See, we can be a friend in the moment 24/7. You want to process something, we will not judge. We will hear you. You need resources, we'll give them to you.
Perfect.
And we have so many wonderful people with experience, including older adults.
That's fantastic.
Older adults. May I give the phone number?
Sure,
for
one
the-
more time, yes.
The Warm Line phone number is 714-991-6412. One more time, 714-991-6412. I want to add one other thing. We offer at NAMI a lot of peer support educational services for families and peers, meaning people with the lived experience of mental health. And the way you can sign up for a peer service is go to our website, namioc.org. Once again, namioc.org.
Arna Verdonis, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. And
Oh.
folks, get the help and reach out. Make sure you do take that first step. Thank you very much.
And we're one call away. Thank you.
There you go. We'll be right back with our Monday movie preview. Stay with us.
My name's Erica, and I believe each mind matters.
A movement is growing.
A movement for mental health. It includes millions of people like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Who are ready to create change.
Because half of us will experience a mental health challenge.
But no one is alone.
We all have mental health. Sometimes we're okay. Sometimes we need support.
And when support is needed, it's okay to reach out.
Because people can and do get better.
And we make it possible by speaking up.
Being open and honest. Living stigma-free.
Hope starts with me.
This is the mental health movement.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
And our Monday movie's a good one, folks. It's the last John Wayne movie ever made, The Shootist, starring, of course, John Wayne and a very young Ron Howard. It's brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It's going to be on 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Make sure you watch that one. It's a great, great movie. And tomorrow on the program, In Vision with Dr. Pin Nazar and the India Club will be here, so stay tuned for that. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
You have a club for every scenario. A driver for the long holes. Wedges to get you over the hazards. And a putter for when you need a touch of finesse. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Call to set your 15-minute phone visit today and let's find out. Get a second set of eyes on your retirement plan.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.